Okay, so a very good evening to everyone. Today we are going to start with the next chapter of ecology with the previous year questions, that is biodiversity and conservation. Okay, so in this chapter, like other classes, we are also going to um, discuss the previous year questions. Okay, so through this technical poll, please let me know whether I am properly audible and visible to you or not. Okay, so here is the technical poll. Please let me know through this poll. Okay, then yes, everything is all right. So let's start with our today's session. Okay, so in today's session, we are discussing or we are starting our previous year questions with this question. The question first is saying, which of the following region of the globe exhibit the highest species diversity? Okay, so four options are given here, out of which you have to select the one in which we can find out, yes, that it is the place where the highest species diversity. Now we are talking about the species diversity. That means the different number of the species are found in that particular region. Okay, so your option for these questions are Western Ghats of India, Madagascar, Himalayas, and the Amazon forest. Okay, you have to choose among these four options which one is the correct answer for the presence of the highest species diversity. You have to give your answer through this poll only. Okay, so last 5 seconds left for the poll. Okay, so as everyone has given their answer, let's check. We know in India, we have the three hotspots, that is Western Ghats, Sri Lanka, Himalaya. Okay, those are the three regions, and Indian Tibetan border or you can say the Bhutan border is also there. But if we are talking about the globe, we know on the globe, the Amazon forest is the widest region, right? It is the widest region, that is the tropical rainforest, right? So it is the place where the highest species diversity is found. So the answer to this question is option D. Okay, let's move to our next question. The next question says, according to the Robert May, you know about the Robert May, the global species diversity is about. He gave us the approximate number of the species diversity which exists in the earth, right? On the globe, we can say. So your option is option A, 1.5 million, B, 20 million, C, 50 million, and D, the 7 million. So here is the poll, and poll will retain here for 20 seconds. So you have to give your start giving your answer now. Okay, last 5 seconds are left. You have to give your answer. Okay, now I'm just about to close the poll. Okay, so we know it is a given data in your NCRT that according to the Robert Miller, the existing species would be around 7 million. So the answer to this question is only option D, that is 7 million. Okay. The next question here is, which of the following is the most important for animals and plants being driven to extinction? Here we are talking about the extinction of the plants and animals. That is our biodiversity, right? So for that, your option is A, alien species invasion, B, habitat loss and fragmentation, C, drought and flood, and option D is economics exploitation. Okay, for this you have your poll is here. Again, you are given 20 seconds. Within these 20 seconds, you have to give your answer. I'm repeating the question with options. Which of the following is the most important for animal and plant being driven to extinct? Okay, option A, alien species invasion, B, habitat loss and fragmentation, C, drought and flood, and D, economic exploitation. Okay, so last 5 seconds to closing the poll. Give your answer. Okay, so here ending the poll. We know there were the causes of loss of biodiversity were 4, and those 4 causes were known as evil quartet, right? And in this evil quartet, first we have the habitat loss and fragmentation. Then second we have the over exploitation. Third we have the co-extinction, and fourth we have the alien species invasion, right? So these are the 4 main causes behind the loss of habitat. And among these 4, we know only the habitat loss and fragmentation is the major reason behind the loss of, or we can say the extinction of the animals and plants. So yes, we can say the answer to this question is option B. That is the habitat loss and fragmentation. Next question is here. The question number 4 says, ask the decline in the population of the Indian native fishes due to the introduction of Clarius gariepinus, which we commonly called as the African catfish, right? The African catfish in river Yamuna can be categorized as A. Co-extinction, B. Habitat fragmentation, C. Overexploitation, and D. Alien species invasion. So you have to choose your option and give your response in this poll. So 20 seconds are there. I'm repeating the options once again. A. Co-extinction, B. Habitat fragmentation, C. Overexploitation, and D. The alien species invasion. So what is the correct answer? Yes. Okay. So as everyone has given their answer, right. As we have introduced the African catfish along with the Indian catfish, we know that catfish, that is Clarius gariepinus, is highly aggressive in nature, due to which we have the which become the cause of the extinction of more than 200 species of fishes, or we can say the more several species, extinction of several species. So we can categorize this as a alien species invasion, right? Next, the question number 5 is here. It says, or it asks, Alexander von Humboldt described for the first time. The Alexander von Humboldt described for the first time A. Laws of limiting factor, B. Species area relationship, C. Population growth equation, and D. Ecological biodiversity. This is given your in your NCRT, right? So Alexander von Humboldt was responsible for what? For the description of which hypothesis, or we can say the postulate. Your poll for this response is here. You have again 20 seconds. You have to give your responses in this 20-second only. I'm again repeating your options. A. Law of limiting factor. B. Species area relation. C. Population growth equation. D. Ecological biodiversity. So you have to give your answer. Okay, the last 5 seconds are left. Within this 5 seconds, I'm going to end the poll. Okay, so here I am ending the poll. Okay, so the answer is correct. Everyone has given the correct answer. That is species area relation, right? According to him, he said, as we move inside any of the geographical region or ecosystem, as we move there in the depth of the ecosystem, the species richness increases. right? But as we move away from it, the species also started disappearing, right? So with respect to area, we can say the species increases. Now, here are some options given. You have to find out which of the following is correctly matched. Okay, your options are given here: A, Arenkima, Opuntia; B, age pyramid, biome; C, Parthenium, Parthenium hysterophorus, threat to biodiversity; and D, stratification, population. Okay, you have to find the answer among these options. Your poll is here and it will retain for 20 next seconds. Okay. Okay. So your poll timer is N. So we know the Arenkima is present in the aquatic plants. Okay, so Punchia is a xerophytic plant. It is an incorrect option. Age pyramid is not there with the biome. It is related with the population of humans. It is also not there. Parthenium or Historphus is a threat of biodiversity. Yes, it is a correct match because it is supporting the alien species invasion. Okay, next moving to the seventh question, the next question of the day. The red list contains data or information on. We have to describe what is the main process or what is the main motto of releasing the red list. So option A, all economically important plants; B, plants whose products are in international trade; C, threatened species; D, marine vertebrates only. So out of these four, which information is contained in the red data list? For that, your poll is here and the poll will remain again for 20 seconds. I'm repeating your options one again. A, all economical important plants; B, plants whose products are internationally traded; C, the threatened species; D, the marine vertebrate only. Last 5 seconds are left. Okay, so here I'm closing the poll as everyone has given, most of you have given the answer. So we know the red data list is the list of all those species who are highly endangered, that who are present at the level or at the limit where they can get extinct anytime, right? So for this, we have the option C, the correct answer, that is the threatened species. The next question is which is the national aquatic animal of India? Option A, blue whale; option B, seahorse; option C, gangetic shark; and option D is river dolphin. This is a very common answer and easy answer. You have to give it as early as possible. So I'm launching the poll only for 15 seconds. You have to give your answer. Which is the national aquatic animal of India? A, blue whale; B, seahorse; C, gangetic shark; and D, the river dolphins. So give your answer as early as possible. Only 5 seconds are left. Within 5 seconds, I am going to close the poll. Okay, so here I am ending the poll. Okay, as everyone knows, the dolphins are the aquatic animal of India because they are found in the rivers like Brahmaputra, Ganga, and Indus, and they are indication. They are indication of the pollution-free water. Okay, so the national aquatic animal of India is river dolphin. That is option B. Now the next question is here. The next question says, which of the following is the most important cause of animal and plant being driven to extinct? This question has again repeat. Okay, so option A, habitat loss and fragmentation, B, co-extinction, C, overexploitation, and D, the alien species invasion. So you have to give your answer. We have already discussed this, that in evil quartet we have 4 regions, and among these 4 regions, the only most dangerous region and the important reason behind the being a cause of the existence of the species are A, that is habitat loss and fragmentation. Okay, so this is your correct answer for this question. Now moving to the next question, are species facing extremely high risk of extinction in the immediate future is called, right? Here we are talking about those species of animals and plants which are just at the border of being extinct, right? That means their number is very low. The individuals are very less in number. So your option A, vulnerable species, option B, endemic species, option C, critically endangered species, and D is extinct species. So you have to find out your option, the correct option among these 4. So the poll is for 15 seconds only. I'm repeating the option once again: the vulnerable species, endemic species, critically endangered species, and D, the extinct species. Out of these 4, which one is the species which is facing the extremely high risk of extinction in the future? Okay, last 5 seconds are left. You have to give your answer, and here now I am going to close the poll. Okay, so we know these species are not extinct. They are going to be extinct. They are having very less number of individuals left. So such species who are about to die, who are about to extinct, are known as critically endangered species. Okay, so answer to this question is critically endangered. Next, question number 11 is here. It says the organization which publishes the red list of species is, which organization is responsible for the publishing the red list of species? Okay, you can give the answer in chat box only. Your option A, ICFRE, B, IUCN, C, UNEP, D, WWF. Okay, so you have to give your answer here. Okay, we know. Okay, so we know the red list is announced by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, that is IUCN. Now it is also known as WCU, World Conservation Union. Okay, so this IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, is now also known as WCU, that is World Conservation Union. Okay, the next question, question number 12 is here. Given below is the representation of the extent of global diversity of invertebrates. What group the 4 portions represent respectively? This is the pie chart diagram which is given in your NCRT. Okay, so you have to remember which part in A, B, C, D is representing which kind of the species or which group of the animal. Okay, so given are the options to you. For this, I am launching the poll for next 20 seconds. You have to find the correct option and feed your response. Okay, so the poll is already launched. 5 seconds are over. You are left with the next 10 seconds, because while talking it also consumes 5 seconds. Give your answer as early as possible. The last 5 seconds are left. Okay, so now here I am going to end this poll. Okay, so the poll is ended. We know that the large amount of diversity is found in insects. So A is insects. B is mollusk. C is crustaceans, because we are talking about the invertebrates, and D is the other category animals, right? So if we go for these A, B, C, D, then according to that, we have the only option D left, which is a correct answer. So to the question number 12, we have the correct answer, that is option D. Now here is the next question which we have. Which of the following represent the maximum number of species among global biodiversity? Your options are A, fungi, B, mosses and fern, C, algae, and D, lichen. So for this question, here is your poll. Give your answer as early as possible. I'm again repeating your options: fungi, mosses and fern, algae, and lichen. So give your answer. Only last 5 seconds are left. Okay. So here I am ending the poll. Okay. So with ending the poll, we know that fungi is the only kingdom, right? Among the 4 given options, fungi is the kingdom itself. So it is having the highest number of species among the global biodiversity. Okay. So next is here. The next question is, which of the following has maximum genetic diversity in India? A, mango, B, wheat, C, groundnut, and D, rice. Out of these options, you have to find your correct option. Okay. So for this, the poll is here. Give your answer. Okay, the last 5 seconds are left. We have to choose among mango, wheat, groundnut, and rice, which is having the highest number of species diversity. So here I am ending. Sorry, here we have the genetic diversity. The genetic diversity is always related to the number of genes, the different types of genes. So as we know, for the rice, we have around 20,000 to 50,000 of genes present in a rice, that is Oryza sativa. So out of these 4, the genetic diversity, the maximum genetic diversity is found in rice only. The next question here is, which organization publishes the Red Data Book? Just we have completed this question earlier, that which organization is behind the publishing of the Red Data Book? Your option A, IUCN, option B, UNEP, option C, WWF, and option D, GEF. Okay. So as everyone has given their answer in check, yes, the correct answer is IUCN. We have already discussed the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources is the organization which is behind the publishing of the Red Data Book. Okay. So yes, it is a correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Question number 16. Which one of the following have the highest number of species in nature? Here we are talking about the species in nature. So option is fungi, birds, insects, and angiosperm. So here we do not have to choose in between animals or plants. We have to go for the largest number of species present among these options. So you have to give your answer in this poll, and the poll is here. Okay, last 10 seconds are left. I'm repeating the options one again. fungi, insects, birds, angiosperm. Out of these four options, you have to find out the highest number of species in nature. Okay, so now with this, I'm ending the poll. Okay, we know the insect, that is Arthropoda phylum, is the largest phylum among the all animals, right? And it is containing the major number of the species organism. So the highest species, the highest number of species only found in the insects. Okay, let's move to the next question. The next question is 17. Biodiversity of a geographical region represent. What is represented by the biogeographical region? Okay, your option A, endangered species found in the region. B, the diversity in the organism living in the region. C, genetic diversity in the dominant species of the region. D, the species endemic to the region. Okay, so you have to find out the correct option regarding the geographical region representation. Okay, so biodiversity of geographical region represents. Yes, the diversity, option B, the diversity in the organisms living in the region. Okay, so moving to the next question, the question number 18 is here. It says, study the four statements given as 1 to 4 and select the two correct ones out of them. Okay, so the option A is a lion eating a deer and a sparrow feeding on the grain are ecologically similar in being consumed. Okay. B option says predator starfish, physaster help in maintaining the species diversity of some invertebrates. Option 3 says predators ultimately leads to the extinction of prey species. Option 4 says production of chemicals such as nicotine, stricken by the plants are metabolic disorders. Okay, so out of these four, you have to find the two correct statements. So for this question, the poll is here. And the poll will remain for next 20 seconds. So you have to find which two statements are correct among these given four statements. Okay. Last 5 seconds are left. Within 5 seconds, I am going to end this poll. Okay, so here I am ending the poll. Okay, so as we know, the predator and prey evolve together. The prey is a part of predator's environment and the predator dies if it does not get to food, right? So it evolves whether is necessary in order to eat the prey or not. Likewise, whether is likewise the predator is a part of the prey's environment. Okay, and the prey dies if it is eaten by the predator. So the prey itself evolved so that it can hide from the predator and make its life safe, right? So it is necessary for the evolvement of the predator to avoid being eaten by the predator. So predator cannot lead to the extinction of any prey species. Okay. Now the option 4 says the nicotine is an alkaloid found, right? It is a metabolic disorder. These are the products formed by the metabolic disorder, but it is not the metabolic disorder. They are the metabolic waste. Instead of we can say the disorder, we can say the waste. ठीक है. So they are get accumulated, such as nicotine. It is a alkaloid which is found in the family of tobacco, where it is forming the 3% dry weight of the tobacco plant. It is synthesized in the root and get accumulated in the leaves. Whereas the strychnine is also an alkaloid plant toxin which is extracted from Nux vomica and used as a stimulant. So these are the ways. And as we have got to know by this statements that third and fourth are not the correct statement. So only two statements are left with us which can be correct. That is option one, statement 1 and statement 2. So according to that, the correct answer is only option D. Okay. So here we have the next question, question number 19. It says the Indian rhinoceros is a natural inhabitant of which one of the Indian states? That means these rhinoceros are majorly found in a particular state of India, right? So your options are A, Uttarakhand, B, Uttar Pradesh, C, Himachal Pradesh, and D, Assam. So when we are talking about these species are inhabited, that means these are the endemic species, right? These are the endemic species. And when these are the endemic species, they are found only in a particular region, right? So as everyone has already given their answer, so we know that rhinoceros are majorly found in the northeastern state, and out of these four options, the northeastern state is Assam. Okay, and we know for the rhinoceros, the Kaziranga National Park was also famous. The Kaziranga National Park was also famous. Okay. Okay, now moving to the next question, question number 20. The question number 20 says, which one of the following has maximum genetic diversity in India? Here we have the question regarding the genetic diversity in India. The option is A, mango, B, wheat, C, tea, and D, teak. Okay, so out of these four options, which one is the correct answer? For that, you have to give your answer in the chat box only, because due to some technical issue, the poll is not being launched. Okay. So as everyone has given the answer is mango. If we are not given the rice, we only know the genetic diversity after rice is found in the mango. So option A is the correct answer. Next, we are moving to the question number 21. Let's see what is it. It is asking. The table gives the population, which is in thousands, of the 10 species ranging from A to J in 4 areas, that is P, Q, R, and S. The species are given in a horizontal row, right? Making the 10 different columns, and the row, the 4 areas are given in the first vertical column, okay, making the 4 different rows. These PQRS are consisting the number of the habitats given within the bracket against each. And now we have to study the table and answer the question which is asked downwards. So the question is, which area out of the PQRS shows the maximum species diversity? Okay, we know the species relation is always with the area. As we have the more number of region, we also have the different varieties of species, right? So among this, which one is your correct answer? Okay, for this, I'm giving you the next 30 seconds because you have to analyze the data between P and S. Okay, so find out which is the correct answer. The poll is already launched. You have to give your answer out of these options, which one is correct. You have to find out among these four different areas, which one is having the maximum species diversity. And please keep this thing in mind always. Species diversity is related with the areas only. Okay. So here I am ending the poll. Okay, we can compare this now. The number of habitats are more in 12th, yani in 13 R and S. Okay, if we calculate among the in between the R and S, the number of species given here in 1000, then we got to conclude the option S or the area S is having the highest number of species. If we are having the highest number of species, that means the highest species diversity is also found in a area S. So the answer is option A here. Okay. Now move to the next question, the question number 22, which is asking which one of the following pair of organisms are exotic species introduced in India. Here we have written the exotic species because they are known for their ornamental properties and so many properties, and these are introduced in India, that is they are alien species. Okay, so out of these given four options, which one is containing the correct answer, which is having the both alien species? Okay, for this question your poll is here with the 20 seconds. Your option A says Lantana camara with water hyacinth. B, water hyacinth with Prosopis cineraria. C, Nile porch and Fucus religiosa. C, Fucus religiosa and Lantana camara. So these are the four options out of which you have to choose your correct answer. So the 5 seconds are left out within which I am going to end the poll. So here 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So as we know, in alien species invasion, the Lantana camara and the water hyacinth are the two alien species which are introduced to the India as for their ornamental property. But these species become a weed. They start growing like nothing in the India, and they can be grown in anywhere, any place in the India, and these are competing with the normal wild species of the India for the nutrients. Okay, so these are the two alien species. So the answer for the question number 22 is A, option A. Next is question number 23. One of the endangered species of Indian medicinal plant is that of, out of these four, which one is the Indian medicinal plant? But it is getting endangered now. So you have to select the correct answer. A, Ocimum, B, garlic, C, Nepenthes, and D, Podophyllum. So out of these four, which one is the correct answer? You have to give your answer in poll. The poll is here for next 15 seconds only. Okay, so last 5 seconds are left. In these 5 seconds, I'm going to end the poll. Okay, so here is the ending of poll. So the answer to this question, is option D, that is Podophyllum. Okay, let's move to the next and the last second question of the day. The question number 24. It is asking Which of the following pair of an animal and a plant represents the endangered organism in India? You have to find out the endangered organism, right? One is plant and another is animal. So your option is A, banyan, black duck, B, Ventiskia, Benedictia, and Nicobarica with the red panda, tamarind and rhesus monkey, cinchona and the leopard. So out of these four options, which one is the correct answer? So for this question, poll is here. It is going to end in next 10 seconds. You have to give your answer. Okay, so here I am ending the poll. The answer to this question, everyone knows, is the Benticchia nicobariska and the red panda are the species which are endangered in India due to the due to the invasion of the humans in their habitat, because the habitat is completely in control under the human, and human are invading in their habitat. So due to that, they are getting extinct. The last question of the day, the question number 25. According to IUCN Red List, what is the status of the red panda? We have just discussed it. Critically endangered species, vulnerable species, extinct species, or endangered species. See, here we have the two options, a critically endangered species and endangered species. Critical endangered species is those who are have the species in which only few, that means countable number of individuals are left, which can be extinct at any point of time. But in endangered species, we are having a small amount of individuals left of those species. But if we take care of these species, those individuals, then those species can come out from the endangered criteria. Okay. So out of these four, what is your correct answer? You have to give your answer in this poll. So the poll is launched for your response. Okay, last 5 seconds are left. Okay, so now I am ending the poll. These pandas are not critically endangered species. These are the endangered species. So the answer for the question number 25th is option D. Okay, so with this, we have again successfully completed the 25 questions of the previous year question of the biodiversity and conservation chapter. Now we'll continue with the last chapter of the ecology tomorrow, that is the environmental issue. Before leaving the class, you have to give your feedback through this NPS poll, right? And after that, you can leave the class. So I'm going to end this NPS poll in next 10 seconds. Please give your feedback. Okay. Thank you so much for your precious time and your feedback also. So here we are ending our class, and we'll meet tomorrow with the last chapter of the ecologies previous year.